missing someone.
Hey everyone, welcome to Nightlight. My name is Shelly. Thank you for tuning in. Feel free to like, subscribe, and hit that bell, ring ring, so you get a notification. I'm so glad to be starting this, so we're gonna get into this video because I don't want this video to be too long. So today's topic is breaking the addiction of pornography. I was trying to do that so it's got a little more dramatic, but yeah, we're gonna get into it. So I struggled with pornography for a long time. It brought a lot of shame, a lot of guilt. So we're going to try to get people free from that, okay? We're going to set up some realistic boundaries and have different scriptures and different things, tools that helped me. I was first introduced to pornography when I was in 6th grade by some friends. You see, back then, oh man, I feel old, but back then, we didn't have our iPhone where you just put up images and all that stuff. They gave us like different sites and we're talking about it. I was like, ooh, what's this about? And we had that at my house, my mom, it was my two brothers and my mom, and we had that one computer in the house, okay? And anything you want, if you want internet access, you had to use the main computer in the living room. So your girl was trying to be sneaky and all this stuff. It gets real. But, so I will never forget this one day, y'all. Look, so at the time, my little brother, he came home from school a little later. And after my brother, he was in band, so he had practice after school, and my mom, she was at work. So early that day, my mom told me before I went off to school, like, hey, when you come home, take out the chicken, clean the chicken, however. And so she gave me a time when to have it done. So you know, when your mom said take out that chicken out the freezer, make sure it's taken out. So I was like, okay, so I was plotting in my head, however. So I'm on the computer, I put in the website. First, this is how bad it got. Okay, I will have 2 windows up. My window, in case somebody comes in, I can exit it out, and I have to go into and go and have like a backup, like, ooh, I was just on this website. I used to delete cookies. I could be able to put the browser in private mode and delete everything. I was not getting caught, okay? So I was, especially because at the time, first is I was watching pornography, and even the content of pornography that I was watching, it was homosexual pornography. So that would have been like, oh, she watching pornography? Then on top of that, it was like, so we wasn't having that. So anyway, back to the story. So your girl, I have everything set up in place. You know, you want the sound turned down because you want all the noise. So I had that all figured out, and I'm over there, I'm watching it, and all I hear is the keys opening. I'm like, and it's like, I'm like, my heart beating fast. I'm like, everything that could go wrong went wrong, okay? So I'm exiting it out and everything, and then it just pop-ups like, Miss Cutie 411 wants to meet you, or she would like you to join her webcam. And after all these different pop-ups, I'm like, I'm trying to exit out, and I'm like, my heart beating fast, and I was like, bruh, I just plugged out everything. The monitors, I plugged up everything. And after my mom came in, she said, what's going on with the computer? I said, it was frozen, so I had to plug it out. And after my heart beating fast, I was like, okay, I got away with it. She said, and she looked back, I thought she was gonna say something. She said, do you clean that chicken? I'm like, oh man. I was like, yes, I did. But I say all of that and tell you guys that story because when it comes to different addiction, you do anything to get your fix. You'll manipulate, you will lie, you do anything to get that fix. And people probably say, well, why are you saying it like that? Like it's drugs or something. Yes, study shows that pornography is as addictive as heroin and cocaine. And when I saw that, I was like, dang, but it makes sense. So these are some things that helped me. Number 1, you have to realize that you have a problem. Like, sis, bruh, like you can't be like, oh, I can stop watching it when I'm ready to. I don't have a problem. If you can't be self-aware and know that you have a problem, you won't fix anything. Number 2, set up realistic boundaries. Realistic boundaries, not the one like, oh, I'm not gonna watch this here, or no. For me, I still have a porn blocker. I'm gonna put in a little clip. It does have downfalls on it that won't talk about it. I'll put a little clip in there for you guys to see it. Ow, look at me and babe, we cute or whatever. Y'all don't be too nosy. But this is what the porn blocker looks like. I've been using this blocker for about a year now. So if you guys have any recommendations, feel free to drop them in the comment section below and I will check it out. There's one thing that I don't like about this, and we about to hit up the Safari and I will show you. I was trying to get summertime ready and this is what happened. So I'm gonna type in bikini and da 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 da. This is what it's looking like. Content block. So this is one thing to keep in mind when you do download this app. So back to your scheduled program. Let me pause right there. When you find loopholes to find your fix or to fulfill your desire, that means also having accountability partner that you could call and someone that you could trust and is not going to judge you. You be like, you could call up and like anytime and like, oh sis, like I'm struggling right now. Like for me, when my struggles were at nighttime, I had an accountability partner when I told her these are my hours of struggle. Will you be available if I called you and I'm like, hey, I'm struggling right now or however, and they're able to feed me something or be able to encourage me at that time. So having somebody that's willing to be like, you know what, I got you sis, or I got you bro, we gonna work it out, okay? Also, know what your triggers are. For me, I can't listen to certain music. My family's Caribbean and but I can't listen to certain reggae because I'd be like, ooh, I'm just hot and bothered. Okay, we'll be real. So I can't listen to certain music. If I feel like my mood is kind of shifted, I'm like, ooh, I don't need to hear this. I can't watch certain movies like 50 Shades of Grey. All those different things, like I can't watch it because it gets my mind like, okay, I want to watch porn. You know what I'm saying? So knowing what your triggers are, knowing that Netflix, I couldn't do Netflix after a certain time of the day, or even if I'm home by myself, because especially depending on what shift I work, I couldn't be on Netflix on a certain hour. Also YouTube, and people probably like, what? All these, yes, sex is everywhere. If you want to get that desire filled, you will find it anywhere, especially with the content that I was interested in. You can find it on YouTube, you can go on Netflix, they have different independent movies, all these different things. I'm gonna keep it real with you, and being real with yourself, like being honest, like this is what triggers me, okay? Because also the enemy knows your plan as well, so it's always that he'll throw that punch, and it's always that unseen punch that knock you out, okay? So be prepared. And also I love when my pastor told me, hey Pastor Jerome, seeds of greatness, best church. But yes, anyways, he had told me, I believe when I was going through marriage counseling, he was saying how if a temptation is louder, that means you're feeding it. And I was like, bars, okay, thank you. Thank you. And it's true. And that was when I think the last time I slipped up was October of 2017. And you're probably like, how do you remember? You remember every time you mess up and do something, you remember the month, you remember the time. But at this time, I was married for a few weeks. I came back from my honeymoon. I'm like, okay, we're good. Like, I could just, I was feeling hot and body. I was like, I miss my man, And after, so I was like, I don't see a problem with it. It's not because I thought I wasn't using pornography the way how I wanted to use it in the past. In the past, for me, pornography was a way of control because the different fantasies that were in my head, to be real, I could have the pleasure without the pregnant scare, the burnt scare, the clap, or all these different things, and, or no one will be dragging your name all over school because that's what they did. Like, you did something, oh bruh, do you hear this? Oh, I got the video, bruh. I'm like, I didn't want any of that, okay? So I got into it again. It wasn't like hot, like crazy how it was before. But I got back into it, and then after, it threw everything off. Okay? It threw everything off. I struggled in the bedroom for it took almost 3 weeks to a month to get back that desire. And I said, hold up, wait a minute. I wait all this time to get married? and not have sex? No, thank you. So we're gonna be honest. I was like, this is not happening. And you know what? I'm so hard headed because my pastor be saying, you know, people try to get married and try to bring in pornography and stuff to spice things up. And I was like, nope, I'm not letting the enemy have a foothold in my marriage. No, thank you. And that's what the mindset you have to have. Like, you know what? The enemy, he's really trying. And sometimes it's you, so don't always try to blame the devil. But I'm like, oh, he is really trying it. So I would say now I haven't. It's been almost 7 months. Yeah, 7 months since I haven't watched pornography, and I'm like, I'm hyped. That's the longest I've been in my whole entire life. Honestly, I'm being so real. Like, that's the longest since 6th grade. Yes, it's been the longest. So that's really, I'm proud. Okay, let me be humble. Okay, sit down. Anyway, and I have small victories. People, for me, it was like, my husband come home, I'm like, guess what? I didn't watch pornography today. And I'm like, and it was like this little small victories and celebration. Celebrate that. If you make it 2 hours without watching pornography, yes, I see you. Okay, celebrate that. I had to get in my head and have this thought process. Okay, Shelly, if you watch pornography, it's gonna please your flesh for like we won't even say 5 minutes. After that point, when you indulge in it and then you get that feeling, that fix, or that climax, however, it's like afterwards you're like, oh, I feel so dirty. I feel nasty. What happened? You know. So, and then after I isolate myself, I just feel dirty. And it kind of pulls me away from God. And it's like, that's what the mentality does. And it makes you isolate when you really need connection at that time. After you have, like, you sit down and think it through, it turns it off real quick. You're like, ugh, you're like, nah, I'm good. But that's what it looked like for me. If I know I'm like feeling some type of way, I take myself out of my bedroom because everything happens behind closed door. So I make sure I'm out and about around family. If I can be around family or outside, I'm getting back into running. So if any thoughts come in my head, I like to go running, and that helps me out. Put some music and my headphones on and run, and that helps me out. Also, get into that word. I'm gonna drop some scriptures in there. Also, I'm gonna drop a Bible plan for you version. I know y'all have that Bible app on your phone, just sitting pretty. Y'all be like snapping little scriptures here and there, holy, blessed, and then posting it, but never open it for the rest of the week. So I'm gonna put a clip of the Bible plans for pornography. There's women, there's for women plans, there's men plan. I personally like the men plan because it's less like, it's just real. I like it. Okay. All right, so this is what YouVersion looks like. I love this Bible app. It's very easy to use. We're going to go ahead and type find plans, and you're going to type in porn or pornography. Like I said previously, there's some for women and men. As you look at the bottom, these are the lengths. You have 6 days, 3 days, 40 days. Choose one that you're able to keep up with. Like for me, I was like, oh, I'm gonna do 40 days, and I barely made it through it. So choose what's best for you. There's some for people who are struggling in their marriage with pornography. So ladies and gents, get with it, okay? All right now. And everybody knows me. I love worship. I love Hillsong Unite. I love worship. So worship changes the atmosphere. Put on your favorite song, your favorite Christian song that you like, and then just blast it, and I'll sing it. My husband might come in the house, and then after, I'm just like, he won't even ask me questions. He'll be like, come, hi babe, and I'm just in my mood like, thank you, Father. And that's what you need. People that will encourage you when you're going through, not be like, what you doing? What you singing about? You can't sing. I'm like, look, I'm making a joyful noise, okay? So you're going to hear me worship my God, all right? So, but yes, on a serious note, worship really it opens doors and changes the atmosphere. And when I mean open the door, it's like allow God to come in and allow Him to be your comforter. Because also when you indulge in porn, it's like it's telling God, like, whatever you place for me in my life, it doesn't satisfy me. So like it opens that door. I'm like, you know what, God, I'm surrendering. I need you in this moment. And that's what I do. These are some tools that help me. I'm not perfect, but you know what? It helps. And I realize temptations comes up when I'm about to talk about, like, especially when I'm about to do this video, it was coming up in my head. And I was like, devil, you know people about to be free, so you mad. You trying it. So I had to have that process in my, that was my thinking. I'm like, nope, I'm not doing it. Because I've been doing so well. And it feels good when you're able to be like, I ain't watch porn. You be like, oh, I feel, it's like it feels good, and you're able to, like, now I used to be so ashamed of like saying I used to watch porn, but now I'm not. I'm like, yes, sis, I struggle with that, and this is how God is bringing me through it. Like literally, I'm 23 now. I don't know how old I was in 6th grade. I forgot, it's like 12, 13, like 12, 13, and I'm 23. It's only been 7 months since that, and so for me, I celebrate that because I never thought I would be at that point. And after, also too, since I'm not indulgent, let me tell y'all something, because I'm married, I can tell y'all that my sex life is great. Tony Tiger great. So that's what I'm saying. Like, God wants his people to be free from this stuff. He can't use you the way he wants you. This is not to condemn or to bring shame, but you know what? To encourage you. Like, if she could get through it, I can get through it, because you have God in your corner. And I really hope that my story gives you a glimpse of light in your situation. Let me tell you, this was a serious note. Telling you guys this, that God loves you. His love never gives up. Even when you mess up, you might feel guilty, you might feel shame. He just wants you to be like, you know what? I surrender. Like, come on. Like, every time for me, when I'm going through something and I'm like telling God, give me something, give me an image. And he always gives me this image of me being in his arms. And I just feel so, like, I feel safe. And it's just, everything ceases to exist. God is like, not like us. He forgives. He throws all in the sea of forgetfulness. He's not going to be like, oh, okay, I see you at this time. You indulge in da-da-da-da-da. You know, he's not going to do that. I'm not saying this so you be like, oh, I could do it anyway because God is going to forgive me. No, don't do that. Don't try. Don't try that, because I did that too. I'm like, oh, God's going to forgive me anyway. Don't do that, okay? So, I love you guys. Thank you for tuning in. God loves you. He sees you. You're going to get through it, sis. You're going to get through it, bruh. Don't give up. If you make, like, celebrate those small victories. You made it 24 hours. You made an hour or 2 hours without watching pornography. You did it. Be proud. You're blessed. How did DJ Cap? I don't know. You're blessed. Do it again. Another one. Okay? Listen. You're doing good. All right? You're gonna be free from this. Thank you guys for tuning in to Nightlight. I'm so glad I was able to be vulnerable and transparent for you guys. I hope this gives a glimpse of the light into your situation. Remember to let your light shine. Also, feel free to share this video, like, and subscribe. All right? Ow! Love y'all.